Everyone, please stand and join us as we sing, "O Come All Ye Faithful."
While you're still standing, would you take a minute to greet your neighbor?
Testing.
Howdy. Vice President.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Testing.
You're gonna hug again?
All right, kids. Okay, as you kindly return to your seats, would you please silence your cell phones so it does not disturb our special gathering for today? Good morning again. My name is Karen Clint. I am a member of Unity since 1992, and I'm the Vice President of the Board of Trustees here, and what an honor it is to serve on this board and to have you all here. Thank you for your presence. I'd like to say happy winter solstice, happy Yule. So it is technically the shortest day of the year. So for me, it's my excuse to think that I get nothing done today. So which is pretty much every day. Yeah. Thank you, Mandy. All right. Let's give a warm welcome to our very special guest musician, Mr. Jeffrey Rector. You guys, Jeffrey is a local music instructor, teaches guitar, piano, vocals, percussion, has taught around the Hill Country area, both in the public school system and in the arts. So we're so excited and grateful to have Jeffrey here today. I think you might see more of him. So please take a minute to see him after service and just say hello. So thank you, Jeffrey. Mr. R, as all the kiddos call him. And our very special guest speaker, Reverend Karen Tudor. So you're in luck. You have two Karens today.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Karen.
And we usually do want to talk to the manager. So both of us. Okay, so if you would please join me in our opening prayer as we join together in heart and in mind to celebrate the presence of the divine. May we feel at peace. May we find the joy of the universe, filling our hearts with love. May we experience health and wholeness on all levels, mind, body, and spirit. The Christ candle is lit, calling forth our awareness of spirit. As this light shines, we set our intention to awaken inspiration, guidance, and remembrance of our divine nature. May this flame remind us that the Christ light lives with us and among us. If you would please join me in affirming our mission statement. To live consciously, celebrating the divine potential in all, and as well as our statement of faith, there is only one presence and one power active in my life and in the universe, God, the good, and the omnipotent. As well as our vision statement, revealing oneness in a world of universal peace, love, and abundance. And would you please join us in an affirmation for our new minister? It is with thankful hearts that we attract the right and perfect minister for unity of the Hill Country. Welcome to your new home. Affirmative prayer is essential to the unity movement. We are honored to pray with you. All written prayer requests are sent to the 24/7 prayer vigil at Silent Unity. You can also call the number on the screen any time of the day to have someone pray with you, or you can submit your prayers online. You are never alone in prayer. We now turn our attention to our sacred prayer chest. Each name and request placed within it is held in the light of the divine love and infinite wisdom. We affirm that perfect healing, guidance, peace, and joy are already at work within each life. Let us now take a moment to hold space for all the prayers in our congregation, in our community, and in the world. We release these prayers into the care of Spirit, trusting that all is in divine order. Thank you. The Daily Word has been giving the worldwide unity movement a daily prayer since 1924. We join millions of daily word readers today throughout the world, and today's daily word reader is no other than Mandy.
Good morning. Merry Christmas. Today's daily word is joy. The affirmation for today is joy uplifts me as divine light shines from within me. Let's say that together. Joy uplifts me as divine light shines from within me. As Advent season draws to a close, I celebrate the light that glows from within me, the light of the Christ within. Just as the 3 wise men journeyed to Bethlehem to see the newborn child, my journey through Advent has led me to discover the faith, peace, and love that are always mine. These are the true gifts of Christmas, ones I carry with me all year long. No matter the challenges and obstacles I may be called to face, I will draw from my infinite storehouse of joy to remain optimistic and centered. Joy is mine today. It is the fulfillment of my Advent journey, my divine inheritance. It is in the fullness of my heart, the contentment of my mind, and the deep feeling of wellness in my soul. I am joyous. In Matthew 2:10, when they saw that the star had stopped, they were overwhelmed with joy. Let's repeat our affirmation one more time. Joy uplifts me as divine light shines within me.
Thank you, Mandy. All right. So you're in for a special performance. I'd like to welcome Jeffrey Rector and the choir to sing a special winter solstice song.
Yeah, it's me, Mr. R. It's not only the shortest day, obviously it's the longest night, which in ancient times was a really hard time to get through. I go to bed at 5:30 if I could sometimes, but it was also the time where they discovered that the darkest night was when you could find the light within. And this song is one I found, and I used to teach to my honor choir when I was an elementary school teacher, and invite you to join in. It's not difficult at all. I'm gonna just sing the chorus one time so you all get it and hear it one time. Okay, and it goes like this: enter the night and find the light that will carry you to your dreams. Enter the night, let your spirit take flight in the field of infinite possibilities. That's right, infinite possibilities. Yeah. Okay. Great. All right, and we have Ray joining us on percussion. Yay. And I guess we got the band back together back here. So yeah. So all right, here we go. On the longest night, we search for the light, and we find it deep within. Open your eyes to embrace what is wise. See the light of your own soul shining, and enter the night and find the light that will carry you to your dreams. Enter the night, let your spirit take flight in the field of infinite possibilities. Wrap up in the cloak of starry darkness, my child, and you'll find the center of all things. For from this space, from the deepest dark place, life eternal does spring. Enter the night and find the light that will carry you to your dream. Enter the night, let your spirit take flight that spark when you dream in the dark. Hold it close to your heart and know all that you see is all that can be when you give birth to the dreams of your soul. Enter the night and find the light that will carry you to your dream. Enter the night, let your spirit take flight in the field of infinite possibility. Here we go. Possibility. Yay, choir. Yay, choir.
Right. The band is back together. Well, Mr. R, I don't know what you have over Randy Houston. You got a devout Catholic to sing in the Unity Choir and a winter solstice song to boot. Well, don't worry, guys. No. Well, if anything goes wrong today, guys, don't worry about it. Randy's going to feel guilty enough for all of us. Had to. All right. So Reverend Tudor is going to lead us in our message today, the Christmas lights, and then into our meditation and candlelight service. Oh, you don't, yeah, thanks.
Good morning. This really is a great start. I really appreciate getting to meet Jeffrey and long distance, and we had a great coming together. So this is perfect lead-in for what I hoped to be able to bring to you this morning. And I will be moving directly into the candle lighting afterwards. So if everybody should have their candles. Anybody doesn't have a candle that came in? It looks like this. Okay, we're good. But that's in a little bit. So 2 weeks ago, I was here and I spoke about the angels appearing to the shepherds. And I believe David Rosenblatt spoke last week, and he talked about the wise men visit, and their travels were also largely in the dark. In fact, most of the time when you see representations of the wise men or of the three wise people, however you want to describe them on their trip through the desert, following the star, which was also supposedly visible during the day as well. So they followed it day and night, but almost always in the dark, almost always at night. And today, with our beautiful, congregational song with the winter solstice, it continues that idea of finding the light in the dark. This just thrills me. This is one of my very favorite times of year right now, today. Just this whole idea, just exactly as Jeffrey said, the shortest day is also, most importantly, the longest night. But it's one night. It isn't, it's been growing. We've certainly been watching, it getting darker earlier and darker later in the morning, clinging to the morning and kind of overcast lately in particular. But the whole idea here is that not only is this a natural thing, it is a call to us, worldwide. I don't care what your philosophy is, what your background is, what your culture is, what your religion is. Everyone is affected by this kind of darkness that kind of holds over everything, slows us down. No matter what the weather is like, you're still being slowed down. You're being invited inward. And in opening yourself to that experience of just letting what naturally is flowing, and already Karen has set a good example. She's not planning to get anything done today. So, that is a beautiful way to go into the winter solstice, because what happens tomorrow? It's a little lighter, a little earlier. It's already beginning to change. And to me, this is also the beautiful message. It's like the Tao symbol, and I can't think of what it's called. This one. Thank you. Yes, that's what it is. And that it's already got the light incipiency already planted in the darkness for the evolution of the light. And the darkness that is to come is planted in the light itself. It's deep down inside as a seed that will unfold, again, represented in the seasons. So this whole rhythm and pattern is human. It's also affects us. And so I love it that we are paying attention to it today in particular. And the candle lighting service will be a reminder for us. It's really how it was generated, designed, is really to help us remember the coming of the light, and why, frankly, Christianity placed the birth of Jesus right here at this time, because he is the light of the world, and spoken in that tradition. So it's really important for us to recognize that there's a lot of unanimity in that for us today. My talk title today is The Christmas Lights, because I also love to watch all the Christmas lights driving down the street. I'm sure you see them in houses. Perhaps this is a time when you like to decorate. So you've got Christmas lights everywhere. Again, this whole idea of lighting up the dark, keeping things light and beautiful everywhere. And, being at this time, it's also about celebration as well. So we're in anticipation of celebration. We may already be going to parties and throwing them, and we're busier than ever trying to sneak off and get presents for those people we want to surprise. And I grew up in San Antonio, and I also saw people leaving Christmas lights on, sometimes over their back patio all year round for fiestas, for parties and that kind of thing. Mexican restaurants love to leave the lights on for their outdoors. It's just a beautiful way of remembering that this is celebration time. But there are those among us who aren't necessarily feeling that celebration at this time of year. Sometimes we feel, depending on what's going on in our lives, for periods of time, just who's going to be with us, who's not going to be with us, comes to mind. This is the time when we sort of take stock and inventory. That is also what this reflection time can bring, is what's going on in my life. Where am I? Where do I want to be? I'm preparing for a new year. What does that mean? What is being called? All kinds of questions that take a lot of introspection, withdrawing from all of the busyness, and maybe we're not necessarily feeling like having a lot of people around or having a celebration going on. It's the idea of the light in the dark metaphor that helps us to find a way to see hope in the dark when we are feeling lost or alone or grieving for something, for someone, for a time in the past. Meister Eckhart said, "Truly, it is in darkness that one finds the light. So when we are in sorrow, then this light is nearest to all of us." Other truisms are things like, it's always darkest before the dawn. What does that really mean? You don't really know it was the darkest until the dawn, right? You don't know how long it's really going to last necessarily. We're a little bit better attuned because we have Apple Watches and we've got, GPS that tells us where we are and what time the sun's going to rise, etc. But at the same time, the challenges that we go through don't have a timetable. We don't know how long this darkness that I'm in right now is going to last. I don't know if this is as dark as it will get. I don't know how long it will be or what will turn the corner for me. And so this is a time of uncertainty, but it's also journeys that only we can take. Doesn't mean we need to isolate, but it does mean that we need to treat it with reverence and respect, and to call on those whom we care about if we don't see them visible, or to ask for some connection to those who are part of our network at this particular time. The time in darkness is uncertain, but what we do know is that what comes also goes. And I invite you just to keep that handy and remind yourself in every other time in your life when things have been difficult, you have reemerged. And more than likely, you have learned something and became more because of it. Nothing changes about that dynamic in any of our lives. Sarah Williams says, though my soul is set in darkness, it will rise in perfect light. I have loved the stars too fondly to be fearful of the night. I have loved the stars too fondly to be fearful of the night. Remembering that even then we see the hope, the beauty, we see what we can't see in the daylight, right? I brought another story from really one of my mentors. I've named her one of my mentors. She doesn't know me, but it's Rachel Naomi Riemann. And she was talking about this situation where she was flying back and forth. She's a physician who worked with cancer patients and helped them process what their progress was. And it was usually with terminal patients that she would see and take care of. So she was speaking all over the country. She said, flying back from Florida a week before Christmas, I found myself seated in a section of the plane completely taken over by dozens of small boys and their parents who were returning from a national baseball competition for 7-year-olds. Their team had come in second and emotions were high. So was the noise level. The kids were over the moon, and even their parents shouted to one another, sharing the scores of whatever game was on their Walkman. Yeah, this was a few years ago. All the children had bags of fast food, French fries and burgers. I sat among the shrieks and the high fives as French fries flew through the air, and a desperate stewardess tried to get everyone in their seats so they could take off. I seemed to be the only stranger in this crowd. I was not happy. Seated next to me was a very heavy Black woman with a cranky 2-year-old. She seemed to be planning to hold this child on her almost non-existent lap all the way to San Francisco. This did not strike him as a very great idea, and he let her know this was not working for him at the top of his voice. It didn't strike me as a great idea either. Noticing that he had marked my slacks with his shoes, she shook him slightly and told him to hush, and then took his shoes off. Standing, I found the stewardess and asked if I might change my seat, but there wasn't another seat on the plane. Finally, we were able to take off. Dinner was served and turned out to be an ordeal. I had a Coke poured on me by a freckled, red-headed kid who mumbled, "Sorry, Granny," as he ran down the aisle. And finally, my seatmate turned her toddler loose, and he disappeared, moving forward among the welcoming shouts of the older children in front. Reading or any sort of work was impossible. So resigned, I started a conversation with my neighbor, asking her about the baseball league. She began to tell me about the time she spends with the team, the hours of cheering them on, of going door to door to raise money for equipment and travel, and why she was here now with 2 of her sons. You can't just keep having kids, she said. You got to keep them alive. In her neighborhood, many boys were dead or locked away by 20, victims of drugs or violence. The League was her life insurance for her kids, as she saw it. I looked at her with new respect. She had 4, all under the age of 10. The little guy was her baby. She asked me about my own life, and I told her about my work with people with cancer. A sadness filled her eyes, and she began to tell me about her neighbor, a woman like herself, a single mother with 4 little kids. 6 months ago, she had been diagnosed with cancer. The chemo she has to take is so terrible, she told me. It makes her so sick. Sometimes she can hardly get out of the bed. I sure hope she can make it through. She spoke of her neighbor's symptoms, her neighbor's fears, the nightmares that awakened her almost every night. As she unfolded the story, I began to wonder how she knew so many of the intimate details of her neighbor's life. And so I asked her this question. Her answer stunned me. When tragedy had struck next door, she had simply moved her neighbor and all her children into her own home. They had been there for the past 5 months. I looked at her closely. There was not the slightest air of martyrdom or self-congratulation about her, just this natural reaching out to a person in trouble whose life was next to her own. Shortly afterward, her youngest returned, and she once again held him on her lap, feeding him French fries from his bag with her fingers until he fell asleep. After a while, the lights were turned down for the movie. Exhausted, many of the children had fallen asleep, and many of their parents were sleeping too. I took out my book, found some Christmas music on my headset, and began to read. We flew over the heart of this country. After a while, I glanced over at my seatmate. She too had fallen asleep. Her face was beautiful, serene. She had her sleeping baby in her arms, clasped against her great belly. On his head was the gift of the fries and burger company that had been given to all the children, a paper hat in the shape of a small golden crown. Finding what is really happening in whatever it is that we are perceiving, being present to whatever comes, whatever kicks over our can and knocks our plans to the floor, whatever it is that has brought us in communion with other people, with other situations, with other things going on in our lives. They're not the inconveniences and the challenges that we speak of. They are. But they are also opportunities. And they're things that we wouldn't have known to choose for ourselves other than that they presented at a time when we were least prepared. And that is what makes the difference, doesn't it? You see, Christ's light is not reserved for special people who've done special things to be able to radiate some divine connection or to have a connection to light in their life or deep in their hearts. It's not just for those who've studied something that you haven't studied. It's distributed equally to all people. No matter our current state of self-judgment or sense of spiritual lack, rest assured we have our full share of light and love whenever we remember it. It is our divine inheritance. We are the light of the world that Jesus spoke about. He did note that he was bringing light to the world. He knew what his purpose was, but he also knew as teacher that it would be for nothing, really, if it didn't also ignite the light in us, if it didn't also open us to realizing we carry that flame within us, that Christ light is always here, and that it speaks to us with a still small voice. In Matthew chapter 5:14, he said, "You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on its stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house." Everywhere you go, whether you know it or not, whether you're paying attention, whether you're even in a good mood or not, no matter what is going through your mind, if you're able to at least have some discipline and say something cogent, nice, polite, if you can remember to smile, to look in an eye, to pay attention, you will not only change your attitude, be able to be engaged, but impart something too you may or may not be aware of. You are making a difference everywhere you go, as long as you're breathing air. Honestly, this is the time of year that our reflection can remind us of all the places we've been, of all the people whose lives we have been involved in, which means people we have touched, and knowing who's touched us. What have we gained? What are we grateful for? Who has been in our lives? And who has left our lives but left a mark, left their light behind too? Every person, situation, interruption to your plans is an opportunity to spill some light on them with your attention, your presence, your understanding, your compassion. You know what it's like to be human. You know that it's not an easy walk for any of us. So compassion is an easy way to embrace what we see and what we find. Dr. Clarissa Pinkola Estes says, one of the most calming and powerful actions you can do to intervene in a stormy world is to stand up and show your soul. Struggling souls catch light from other souls who are fully lit and willing to show it. That comes with your smile, with your outstretched hand, with your consideration, with your phone call, with your holding a door open, with your asking forgiveness, with your gratitude and thanks. However it is that you interact, you are blessing, and you are a blessing. And in all situations, no matter what, Jane Cranen, with irrepressible spirit, in anticipating the toll of her ALS diagnosis, said, "If my mind gets trapped inside, just roll me to my sky-wide view, where I will feast on cumulus and light and tell you that art with just my eyes." We are the Christmas lights we're looking at night. We are the Christmas lights. We are reminded and reignited this time of year. Let the darkness remind you of the light in your life and the light in your heart. That is really what you carry into your new year. Let light shine out of darkness, and with the light, joy to the world. Which is a wonderful way for us to lead into our Christmas candle lighting service. It is a beautiful Christian tradition to light candles, typically on Christmas Eve, but it can be done at any time. And I think winter solstice, mwah, perfect. To watch the birth of the Christ child who will dispel the darkness in the world and whose gospel spreads from person to person as we receive it. In our tradition in unity, it is to remind ourselves of the Christ light also that is within us, that is not dependent on an event outside of us, but a remembrance and a willingness inside of us to share with the world. So as we light our candles today in the service, we're sharing our light with one another and watching the beautiful effect it has on our world. So since everyone has a candle with the drip protectors on it, these are the instructions. I will then lead you in a little meditation. So there's nothing for you to do now except just be prepared for what we'll do afterwards. The ushers will come forward to light their candles from the Christ candle. They will then proceed down the aisle, the center aisles at the end of the rows, basically, and light the candle at the end of the row. When your candle is lit, you will turn to the person next to you and silently acknowledge the light that you see in the person as you light their candle with yours. And how you will do that is that when your candle is ready to be lit, when you're like this, tilt your candle toward the person with the lighted candle when it comes to you, and then hold yours upright and keep it upright. When you turn to the person next to you, try not to bend it or tilt it towards them. Let them come to you and light from so that the wax will stay, hopefully, on your candle. And we're going to hold the candles for a little bit. So just slide your drip protector down. Make sure that, mind your candle, but don't worry about it. And at some point, you'll be instructed at the point at which you blow it out. Does that all make sense so far? See if there's anything I left out. I think we're ready. So this is our meditation time. I invite you to take a deep breath in and relax and open. And breathe in and breathe out. I invite you to close your eyes if you're comfortable now. And just allow yourself to settle and be supported by the chair you've chosen. Just relax and breathe, allowing a peaceful state within your heart with each successive breath, clearing and releasing any tension, clearing and releasing any anxiety. Breathe and let go. And if we're able, try visualizing a dark night sky, peppered with stars and celestial lights. Feel a warmth growing in the center of your being, in your heart center. Breathing, bringing your focus to that beautiful light. See that light reflected in the night sky, expanding beyond you. Feel its warmth. Feel it continue to grow, filling your being and even overflowing the limits of your body into this room, beyond you, effortlessly, It grows and expands with your awareness, with your breath, connecting us as community, blessing us, filling this room with light and love and freedom, and beyond these walls to our local community and into the world. This light, this love comes from an infinite source. We are the channels of this beautiful light. We let it pass through us as it blesses us, heals us, makes us whole. So it does for the world. I will now speak a prayer written by Rabbi Rami Shapiro. I invite you now to hear these words, listen, and allow them to be your words within your own heart. Enveloped in your light, may I be a beacon to those in search of light. Sheltered in your peace, may I offer shelter to those in need of peace. Embraced by your presence, so may I be present to others. Breathing in, breathing out. Continue to feel this warmth, and when you're ready, open your eyes as the ushers come forward. And light their candles from the Christ candle. Everyone's candle is now burning. You are the light of the world. If all the darkness of the world were collected together, it would not be enough to quench the light of one single candle. Such power there is in light. Even though candles may be large or small, white or colored, straight or round or molded in different shapes, they all carry the same light. Know that you are the lighted candle and that the light of God is now fully ignited within you and always will be. I invite you to lift your candle high and look around you and see the beauty of the light of God within us when we are present to it together. This is the way that God sees us always, as the light that we are. You may lower your candles. As you look into the flame of your candle, feel the warmth of an inner light growing in your heart. And let us now acknowledge this holy moment by singing together, Silent Night. Now look into the flame, and when you can feel the light that you are reflected in the candlelight, you may blow out your candle. You no longer need this outer symbol of the light that shines within you always.
That was beautiful. Thank you, Rev Karen. And Mr. R, that was amazing. Boy, that Druid music put me like in a vortex. I think I'm going to head to Stonehenge and Ingram after. We have some special music. It continues with Mr. R and Brad.
This mic's on. Please join me in this. shining. It is the night of our dear Savior's birth. Long lay the world in sin and error pining, till he appeared and the soul felt its worth. A thrill of hope, the weary world rejoices, so yonder breaks a new and glorious morn. Fall on your knees, oh, hear the angels' voices, oh, night divine, oh, night when Christ was born, oh, night divine, oh, night divine. Truly he taught us to love one another. His law is love, and his gospel is peace. Chains shall he break, for the slave is our brother, and in his name all oppression shall cease. Sweet hymns of joy in grateful chorus raise, we let all within us praise his holy name. Christ is the Lord. Let ever praise thee. Noel, Noel, oh night divine. Noel, Noel, oh night divine. Fall on your knees, oh, hear the angels' voices, oh, night divine, oh, night when Christ was born. Oh, night, oh, night, oh, night, oh, night divine.
All right, Brad. I think the only thing more beautiful than Brad's voice is that beautiful post-chemotherapy hair that he has. It's very luxurious and curly. Thank you, guys. That was beautiful. And thank you, everyone, for singing. All right, well, let's welcome some first-timers. If this is your first time at Unity, we're glad that you are here. We hope that you find this to be a place of like-minded people and a place to belong. We do teach spiritual tools that can help you no matter what is going on in your life. If you would like to raise your hand, if you'd like a welcome packet, an usher can bring you one. Okay, great. Welcome. Okay, we now have an opportunity to support our spiritual cooperative. As we prepare our gifts, we recognize that giving is an act of love and faith and spiritual connection. If you filled out a survey card, please add it to the tithe basket and we will pass it along. Did everybody get a survey card? And is that how we did that, Brad? In their bulletin? I feel guided to just mention something about the survey card, and Reverend Karen kind of motivated me. We are looking to do a 5-week workshop on lessons in truth. If anybody's familiar with this course, it is core principles for unity. If you really want to get down to the bedrock of unity vision, this is the class to take, Lessons in Truth. And it'll be over 5 weeks, starting in January. The first class will be in person with Reverend Linda Gillespie, and the following 4 classes will be on Zoom. And we'll actually be partnering with another Unity church. I'm looking for Bruce. Bruce, is it Unity Bernie or Dallas? New Braunfels. Oh, okay. So you're hood. Karen, anything else you would like me to add just about the value and the special uniqueness of this class?
I'll just say that when I was first called to ministry, I had not taken, this is the hubris I went into it with. I hadn't taken a single Unity class because I couldn't figure out why I would need to know a class. I wasn't planning on any of that. But when it came to me, I suddenly got very interested. So I went to the bookstore to ask where I could find a book. And I looked at all the Fillmore books, but none of them listed Unity principles. I was looking for these Unity principles they were talking about. And so they got together and told me Lessons in Truth was it. And I said, are you sure it's not written by Charles Fillmore? And they said, it's the right one. And I promise you, it is the most powerful thing I have yet to read in Unity. It was the first thing I read. So I just tell you, it's the handbook for Unity principles. You will refer to it for the rest of your life, as I do.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Well said. So anyway, thank you for that survey and giving us a pulse on a level of interest. Okay, it's time for our offertory blessing. If you would, please bless what you are giving now and join us in our offertory affirmation. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, and all that I receive. I send it forth with my blessings and my love. We open our hearts in gratitude as we release these donations. We send these gifts forward in our congregation. Mouth, blessing all that it affects. Amen. Thank you. Okay, very exciting. You guys are in for a very special experience today. The very talented Linda Birtle, who is here in our congregation, is a very talented sound healing practitioner, is going to be giving us a holiday edition today after service, a crystal bowl sound journey and gong bath. Linda gave a performance yesterday and it was just amazing. So very special treat. If you guys would like to stay after service, she'll be tuning into your chakras with her crystal bowls. And I find that the gong bath, the sound will find you and resonate with you wherever you need it. So if you want to get a little extra serenity from the holiday hustle, I invite you to stay. We've made some warm apple cider, and we have some cookies if you need a little sugar bump, but we invite you to stay after service today. And thank you, Linda, for your generosity. Then I think in your bulletin, you all have information about next Sunday, December 28th. We'll be having our annual ritual of the burning bowl ceremony. This will be with Reverend Rick Busby. And if any of you have ever participated, a burning bowl, we will be releasing all the not so great things that happened to us this year, and any negativity and experiences you're just ready just to let go of. I think it's a very powerful ceremony and ritual. And then that sets up for the next Sunday, January 4th, for our white stone ceremony. So we're releasing the old, and the white stone ceremony is you will write one word with a powerful intention of what your theme, what your mantra is going to be for 2026. So releasing the old to allow for the new. So very powerful back-to-back ceremonies. I invite you to come and experience both. Tomorrow at 2 p.m. is your last chance to help Christmas, some Christmas cheer that we're spreading around the community. We are doing our holiday donation giving to Pets Alive and to the Hill Country Crisis Council. We've got our table set up at the front door. I would like to thank all of you who have already contributed to our giving, some really nice, mindful, sweet gifts to both organizations. So drop off is through tomorrow. I'd like to announce also that we will be closed Christmas Eve and Christmas Day and New Year's Day. The Blessings Bookstore and Boutique is in motion for being set up and decorated. The stock of the store is based on everyone's donations. If anybody has any questions about what the type of items that we're wanting to feature in the store other than books, please see the front office. Also, I'd like to thank everyone who's donated to our shelving and displays. And thank you, Catherine and James. You have two first names, just like me, for the painting and helping us put together bookshelves. I do not put together bookshelves, anything that's from IKEA or anything like that. I know that's your, no, you're like her. Yeah, so thank you for that. So anyway, exciting news, bookstores on the way, and we're getting all of that set up. If you would like to help, please see the front office. And there's always looking for ways for you guys to get involved. I appreciate your time, attention, and talents to being a Sunday service volunteer, with special events, and of course, our new gift shop. And we're having elections for new board members, speaking of, and we'll be coming in for the next few weeks. There will be several openings to fill. Please see the staff, board members, or the staff or board members of your interest. I see my sister out in the audience. Do you have some free time, right? Or is that nepotism? I think it is. We've reached the end of our gathering. You guys, thank you for coming today. So great to see your faces, and thank you for your energy and your presence. If you would please rise up, circle, and join hands. Let's sing the peace song and end our gathering with the prayer for protection. I'd like to say Merry Christmas, Happy Winter Solstice, and we look forward to seeing you in the next couple of weeks.